the entire story of Songs of Syx, well, edited down into a video lasting a few minutes, so apologies if I cut out a lot of content like fight scenes, but it's just people swinging their fists and, you know, maybe one or two people died. Anyway, let's begin. In the beginning, there was nothing. Then a group of individuals known as the Ashai created light. Then the Druji created darkness or something. Then these two groups had a light and void fight, and out of that the planet of Syx was created. I don't know. Essentially the star Syx orbits around created life on the planet, and the two sides were forever locked in this eternal war. Oh yeah, after this aftermath of fighting, there was a bunch of dust. And like how in our universe, this dust kind of pulled together to form small rocks, and then those small rocks created planets, which is how our universe works theoretically. Anyways, then after the fighting cooled down, the Ashai created 14 titans with their own quirky and cool abilities. These titans then edited the world, as well as creating life, plants, and geographical features. Then a guy named Aphon, one of the Astar, fucks up everything by creating death and despair like an emo chick on her period. The first race to actually be invented were the Cretonians. They were invented by the Titan Nudia, one of the Ashai's titans. They also really love another titan called Krator, who is married to Nudia. Cretonians were basically these pig people who are really good at farming and being weak in battle. The first trial of creating intelligent life on Syx. I don't know if you can call them intelligent, but you never know. Oh yeah, after this all the seasons were invented as well. After a bunch of other things were invented like fish, another conflict broke out, creating an ice age, forcing the Cretonians to move out of wherever they were camping up for the night and travel down south to warmer pastures. Oh yeah, as they were traveling, they also encountered another race called the Cantors and kind of adopted a lot of their culture. They were also created by the Astar to kind of look over the planet and take care of it, and actually it never stated what their purpose was till after the God War. Then some other gods called Libris had a hissy fit and took away immortality from the other races, but the Cantors could still live longer, so haha Cretonians. The other Titan gods called Amevians got super jealous and decided to make the most disgusting and vile race in the game to piss off all of the other gods, that being the Garthimis, and also the Argonosh were created. Meanwhile, Nudia, somewhere far, far away, tried to reach out to another Titan called Empress Shmalor and created the Talapi, another abomination who liked cannibalism. And within the text that I'm reading, it also said that she was cursed, meaning that this would be the last race that even Nudia or Cantor could create. Oh yeah, as this happened, some geezer named Zoitel hated the fact that Talapi, Garthimi, and Argonosh were just out there in the world existing. So, in biological retaliation, he created the most based, giga-chadded, and red-pilled race in the game, the Dondorians. Just like their creator, they lived in mountains and only ate sources of protein. Eventually, they got too based and decided to accidentally discover Argonosh remains buried deep underground, which also started a beef with them and the Argonosh. Eventually the beef got so big that a fucking war broke out, also known as the First God War. Meanwhile, Amevians' floating pyramids were about to wipe out all other races because he was just still so pissed off that all of the other gods' creations were really good and his kind of sucked. And also Nudia and Krator hid under some magical tree while some man called Auron appeared from nowhere and said, wait, you guys should not be fighting. Let's all sort this out. Let's all give you guys a life purpose. And this life purpose was to look after the planet. Oh yeah, a massive storm was also summoned from Amevians' flying pyramids, and it spewed out a bunch of green shit. It hardened, and this became Dondorian fentanyl. No, I mean silicon. Oh yeah, while the fighting was happening and the other guy did absolutely nothing to stop it, there was another Titan called Una, who created the Amevian race to prevent a minion from destroying the whole planet of Syx. As a minion was tired of summoning dragons and doing some other nasty, deplorable crap, he decided to hold a truce and slept inside of the planet's mantle, where he still sleeps till this day. After the First God War, there were 3 tribes gathered around the magical ancient tree mentioned earlier: the Wakata, the the Torelli, and the Nagami, also known as the Talapi, Cretonians, and Dondorians. These guys had different racial backgrounds and different skills, and they would unite to form the first ever kingdom on Syx. They also got raided by a bunch of spirits that were in a forest next door, but they didn't decide to deal with them yet. Instead, they built a massive wall. You never know, maybe these spirits of the Oishi forest would be a new race in the future. Could be interesting. Anyway, after getting sick of all of these hauntings, an expedition was led into the forest to kill the bad guys, I guess. And they were brutally massacred with Siliphan weapons that these ghosts had, which is unfair if you ask me, because Siliphan weapons aren't even in the game, and Jake just decided to give these ghosts Siliphan weapons out of nowhere. Come on. Upon this expedition, they had also found other smaller communities and tribes that were also scattered and had time to develop their own customs and traditions after the God War. Some of them joined up, some of them remained where they were. Then a few kings came and went, until someone decided, fuck it, let's explore the entire planet. This event was known as the Great Expedition. Oh yeah, upon this Great Expedition, humans were also discovered and brought into the city to be used in labs. Eventually, the expedition reached all the way to the Mound of Wisdom, a place blessed by Crater himself, and where the Cantors and Argonosh were first found ever since the First God War. Upon return, writing was also invented on clay tablets to map out all of the discoveries, and the first temple to Crater was built, the god of creation himself, according to them. Eventually, they all became British and decided to claim all of the discovered territory as theirs. This basically stretched all around the spooky forest, all the way to the Mountain of Wisdom, and down south to a place called the Eternal River. Oh yeah, they also banned all religions apart from Craterism. Later on, sexism was abolished, and I'm gonna leave you guys on this cliffhanger here. The game lore is currently work in progress, but there is an over 70-page document that I've had to analyze and read through. If you want a part 2 of this, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.